What I had here was that I am enjoying the unfolding of my new body and wondering if there is another level of communication available between me and my physical cellular components that are healing my body and putting it back into shape.
Well,
I'd like to know it better.
But again, we so enjoy listening to someone who gives us a series of questions, because they almost always point back to the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. So what these series of questions that you are offering here or asking here are pointing back to is you're trying too hard to define through your physical reality these things. So the answer is, of course, it's endless. It's endless how your body is communicating. You have trillions of cells in your body. You're really going to like this. You have trillions of cells in your body. Start in another place. So we've been talking about this vibrational reality. Are you beginning to accept the reality of the vibrational reality? This vibrational reality where the larger part of you is. So, and then we talk about this vibrational reality as being this vortex of creation. It's the vortex of creation. It's where the expanded part of you is, and it's where your creation has already expanded. So as we talk about this vibrational reality, and we talk about being in the vortex and how it feels when you're in the vortex, because the out of the vortex feeling isn't about being without the stuff. It's about being out of alignment with who you really are. It's a vibrational conversation that we're having here. So in the vortex, much better, do you agree, than out of the vortex? And the closer to the vortex you are, the better you feel. And the longer you stay in, the easier it is to stay in. So now we want to say to you that these trillions of cells in your body, they are all individual consciousness, each of them. And they are, in fact, consciousness that is even broken down beyond a cellular level. Consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. And every one of those trillions of cells are in the vortex. In the vortex. So intelligence, that is, Jerry and Esther watch the birds in the sky often while they are driving. There are flocks of birds, and it's so interesting how they move as a unit, as if they are one mind. And we say they are tuned in to broader perspective, and one mind is guiding them. So when you realize that the cells of your body are individual consciousness tuned in to what's going on over here in your vibrational reality, and if you don't interfere with worry or pushing against or introducing thoughts that cause resistance, then you allow the cells of your body to take their direct communication from source. And under those conditions, under that condition, your physical body thrives. So that's exactly what is happening. But the less involved you are with it mentally, which is the theme of the subjects that we've been interacting with you about, don't try so hard. In other words, don't try to figure it all out. Don't try to make it so. Because when you look at where you are in comparison with where you want to be, you activate where you are and slow down where you want to be, keep it from coming as quickly as it would. So that's why your first words to us were our favorite words from you or anyone. I want to visualize. I want to see it. And we say, we want you to do more than visualize, or you might say less than visualize. We want you to do this instead of visualize. We want you to feel your way, feel your way, feel your way. Thought by thought, word by word, statement by statement, conversation by conversation, no matter who you're talking with, just lean in the direction of the vortex and watch what happens. You've already put all of those requests that we've discussed here, and many, many more, a lifetime full of them, into your vortex of creation. And they're already framed up, and they already exist. Some of your, hear this, we haven't said this to you before. Some of what is percolating here in your vibrational reality, you put there a really, really, really long time ago. And it is really, really, really well established. Really well established. There are things that are ready to pop into manifestation. The moment that you get in there, you'll see them, you see. And that's why we want you to take the issues that you're living and play them way, 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 way down, and take the issues that make you feel good and play them way, 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 way up. It's such a common thing. People come to a gathering like this or others, and they bring their issue, and their issue is what they want to talk about. And we say, that's the last thing that you want to talk about. Your issue will keep you out of the vortex. Talk about anything that will get you in the vortex, Get in there and practice the feeling of it. Get in there and practice the feeling of it. Get in there and practice the feeling of it. So a really good way to look at this is use anything you can to get in. And there are a lot of things to get in. Esther uses Kate. Kate takes her to the vortex the moment that she even speaks her name, right to the vortex. And so use anything that you can think of to get to the vortex. And once you're in the vortex, then introduce anything that matters to you. And sure, the vortex will probably spit you out right away. But then use anything you can to get back in. And then try to stay longer. And then you can introduce one of your issues that you're trying to clean up. The vortex will spit you right out. And before you know it, you will become aware that it's not your job to clean up your issues. It's your job to ignore your issues. It's your job to ignore the things that drag you out of the vortex. And if you ignore them long enough, then they're not part of your vibrational frequency. And when they're not part of your vibrational frequency, then you won't start getting indicators that indicate that they're part of your vibrational frequency. You get that? Do you know that everything that you're living is an indication of your vibration? Everything. It's just an indicator. So when you shift vibration, the indicator has to change because it was only an indicator. Did you hear that? Let's run by that again. The physical conditions or whatever is manifested in your life is an indicator of the mix of vibrations you've got going on. So if you've got something that you don't want, say to yourself, it's just an indicator of my vibration. When I change my vibration, the indicator will change. So what do you think is the fastest way to change the indicator of something unwanted? To think about it more? To have it measured more? Take more pictures of it? Discuss it with more people? Keep a chart? Keep a chart. Keep a chart. This is where I am and it sucks. Keep a chart. Of course not. You want to do everything in your power to deactivate it from your vibration. Well, can you stop thinking about that thing that you're stopping? I'm not going to think about that thing anymore. I'm not going to think about that thing that I'm thinking about anymore. I'm not going to think about that thing that I'm not thinking about anymore. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to talk about that thing that I'm not going to. You're talking about it and you're thinking about it. You have to think about something else, you see. And that's why we're talking about, that's why you want to visualize. But when you visualize to try not to think about that, you're still thinking about that. When you visualize for the feeling of it, when you go for the feeling of it, now, that's why rather than visualize, we want you to feel. There must be a word. Feel you eyes. No. Visualize. I want to feel it. I want to be empathetic with the good feeling source that is me. I want to empathize with my worthiness. I want to empathize with my knowing. I want to empathize with my goodness. I want to empathize with the love that is really me. I want to empathize with the source within me. I want to empathize with all of those good things that I've put into my vortex. I want to empathize with all of the beauty of this world. I want to empathize with all of the wonderful traits of my friends. I want to empathize. I want to resonate. I want to vibrate with. I want to devour. I want to feel your way. Good.
Thank you very much.